We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again.
Okay, welcome back to my ALTON Towers diary. This is part 2, and I've covered a little bit of 2003 season, and I covered the job interview and the training on the first part. If you haven't seen that, then please take a look. It's got a playlist, ALTON Towers diary. This is going to be 2003. I did mention the games last week, but I'm going to go into detail about the games. The games did change year to year, but this season, of course, there's Socosaurus, which was a water balloon catapult game, where you spent most of the day filling water balloons and then getting wet. Basher, so was the hammer and the bell. Get the thing to hit the bell at the top, you know, the strength kind of thing. There was a kids setting and an adult setting, which was, you know, press the wrong one, you have to give a prize away. And then the rock shot was an airflow with a ping pong ball on it floating in the air, and you had to throw these bean bags to knock the balls off the air. And then we had the saber-tooth shy, which was like a step thing with different coloured holes in it. Each coloured hole represents a different prize. You had to throw these balls into the hole, get them into the hole. So that was a good game. Basketball, of course, which was basketball. And then we had Dino Derby, which I was on quite a bit in a few years' time, where you had, it's a bit like the horse racing game where you got dinosaurs at the top. You had to roll balls into different holes to get the dinosaur moving faster. The more people played, the more bigger the prize you get. So, yeah, that was a good game. For the guesser, which we didn't operate for a few years, it was, you had to guess someone's weight, month they were born, and the age. That was it, yeah. There was a 3. And of course, bungee jump, as I said before, which was like you're harnessed into this bungee rope, and you've got a trampoline, and you can bounce up and down. You've got the harnesses each side here. The idea is you could go up, do somersaults, come down, but it was all safety because you had the harnesses and stuff. But we did the money side of it, and then the ride staff did the rest of it, so it was good. Credit Street games, as I said, it was mainly just kids games that kids could play, and easy games for them, so they could, you know, more chance of winning. It was just like a calmed down version of the adults, even though adults played it as well, but it was only small little prizes. So that's roughly the games that were there in 2003. There were other games in different areas that we had to jump on if there is low on staff. So, you know, some other areas like the X sector or where the entrance is, we had to cover now and again. So sometimes at the end of the day, we spent the last hour in a different area. Daily routine for working was, because I lived in Stafford, so I woke up at 6 in the morning. Every morning I worked and got ready. I had to be down in Stafford town centre by 7:30 in the morning for the staff transport. The staff transport got there about 9ish, and then sometimes I didn't work till 10, sometimes I didn't work till 12, so I still got there at 9. And if I didn't work till 12, I'd have to stay there for a few hours, or just walk around the park or something. So some days it was like 3 hours of sitting doing nothing. So, but I didn't get paid for them hours. I only got paid from like 10 till 5 or 12 till 5, blah blah blah. So, you know, even though I go up at 6 in the morning, I sometimes didn't start till 10 or 12. The evenings, if it was a 5 o'clock ride close, I'll get the 5, about 20 past 5 was back, get back to Stafford at about 7, and then get back at about 8, and then, yeah, then wake up at 6 again, do it all again. That was 5 days a week. Some days I had to do 6 days. Some weeks I had to do 6 days. It's depending in the summer when it was busier. But it was more like 10 o'clocks and then until I finished about 6 o'clock. But when you started at 12, it was covering break. That was fun because you got to go in all the games, you see. That's generally how my days went. My social life was there. So the first month I was there, did I really want this job? I mean, I dreamt about working at a theme park since I was little. Becoming a reality, it kicks you in the ass a bit, thinking, damn, I'm now there, what can I... now I've got to try and work. So it was challenging because I was the kind of person who let people walk over me kind of thing, you know, which some people did, but not a lot of people. The first season, it was getting to know people, like it was getting just personalities. The struggle, because there was some strong personalities and some not so strong, and yeah, I was one of the not so strong personalities at the first season anyway. But I mainly spent my time on the Socosaurus and Rockshot and Sabertooth Shy and basketball. That was my main swapping between jobs that year. Ugg Basher was mainly towards the end of the year. I remember the first day though, the first customers were S Club 7 Juniors, and you know, I didn't know much about them, but they announced they were, and it was like, okay, and they came to Socosaurus, but it was a bit too wet and cold. They just chatted, and that was it really. Because Ugland was a weird thing. We've got sent to Merry England now and again, which is down the bottom end of the entrance, where it had all the old teacups and the old whatever. It was called Ye Old because it was like Merry England. It was like England, old England. So they had like the classic hooker duck and whatever you call it, and that was interesting because I did feel like I wanted to be there rather than in Ugland, because you work a few more hours than Ugland. I soon changed my mind on that one. I think I spent a few days in Merry England and thought, no, I want to go back to Ugland. The people were nicer, the management were nicer, and I felt it started to feel like home. Ugland. It was weird. There was a rumour going around Ugland was only for people who ugly work there, you know. But it was like, yeah, okay, we heard that one before. There was some nice people working there. Summertime was best because that's when the students worked there, and you got to meet some really nice people then. Also, in the first season, I did get ill a lot because from going from office work and to being a youth worker, mainly indoor work, working outdoors was new to me, so I kept getting colds and flu symptoms, and I think it was mainly because you mix with loads of customers and you pick up anything from there, can't you, in them kind of places. So I was ill a lot and flew up a lot, and yeah, it was in some hay fever was like whoa, because it was out by the countryside, of course. The footfall on a normal day, there was 5,000 people on park, customers on park, but with the park spread out so much, you know, it didn't seem so much. But if you put me in one area, of course it would be a lot more, wouldn't it? And in summer holidays, it went to about 25,000, like July time, and then you noticed it then. It's like a sea of people. But when it come to the special events like fireworks and Halloween, the day started pretty quiet. Then 2 o'clock it got busier. Then by the time it got dark, it was packed. It was completely packed out. And when the fireworks happened, which was phenomenal, fantastic, fireworks were just amazing every year. But the first year was an experience because, you know, Ugland had to close because the fireworks would go in that area and fall down. So we had to close that area. We had to all go down to the main entrance, Merry England, where you got like almost 40,000 customers standing around. And I worked on the games, Merry England games, whilst the fireworks are going on. But when the fireworks were happening, we could just jump off and spend 20 minutes watching the fireworks. It was just phenomenal. I mean, wow. We also had to make sure people didn't sneak off into Ugland whilst the fireworks are going off, or that area anyway, because there was Ugland and over the X sector. That area was just like blanked off. Yeah, so that was quite an interesting experience watching the fireworks. So the first season overall, I think my confidence grew quite a bit with the public. I found out that I was a people person. I didn't realise that after all the years doing office work, thinking, oh no, I can't deal with public. But I found out that making people smile was a massive bonus and motivating. And there's lots of little things that I learned about myself, and it is a life-changing experience working somewhere where you dreamt of working. It's not 100% how you wanted it to be, but to me it wasn't the job, it was the people and the team working, because you have to be a specific person to work there. If you're the wrong type, you wouldn't last 5 minutes. You had to be outgoing, you had to be a people person, you had to be bubbly, and you had to be true person, not fake. The weekends, working Saturday and Sundays, was a completely different kettle of fish. I was mainly Monday to Friday, but I said in the summer I had to work a few Saturdays, and Sundays it was like, what the heck? It was like you couldn't even walk anywhere. People were just, it was just honestly like a sea of people. You couldn't even find gaps, completely different job. And of course, at the end of the day, we had targets to meet. Each area had to work towards targets. Depends on how many people on park, depends on the gate size. You had to count up all the money you made in the area. Then you had to divide it by how many customers on park, and then make percentage out of it. So on a 5,000 gate, you actually do something like 2p, which is not exactly 2p, but imagine if 5,000 people spent 2 pence each. That's how I worked it out. And then it was like 5p, and you can understand what I mean. So that's how much you took up if you spread it all out over all the customers. So that's how I worked it out in them days. I don't know how to do it now, I don't know. But it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. As I said, like I've got it here, the firework days, it's like working 13 hours a day, but you didn't work every day of it. But my overall experience of 2003 was a big life learning experience, life changing experience, eye opener. You got to see a vast amount of different personalities, and you got to see the most beautiful people in the world, women in the world, walking on park. It was just like, oh my God, it's and famous people, the amount of famous people you meet. It's like, oh my God, it's like, oh, that's such and such and such and such and such and such. I'll talk about that more in the following seasons, but my God, it's like, geez. Some were big-headed, some were as nice as anything. So yeah, but I'll get into that future episodes. So I think that's about it for part 2. I know it's just me rambling on. Yeah, there's lots to tell, So anyway, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Comment if you work there, or if you remember me, comment. And if you want me to talk about it, and if you want me to, any questions to ask for future episodes, I might do a Q&A version at the end of the series, so I can answer some questions. Go ahead, fire away. And yeah, see you in the next one. Twiddle pics.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want.